It's like, it's obviously a toss-up between the two.
Yeah.
In my mind. What I do know is, like, for my game, I just feel like I love Kyle to death, but, like, he just hasn't been good for my game.
Mm-hmm.
And from my understanding, he's been saying a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right? I also feel that way about Austin.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I'm just, like, so confused with the conversations that I'm having, where... Like, I thought it was, like, pretty cut and dry that it would be Kyle, and that made the most sense for the most people. But now hearing some of, like, the murmurs and what is potentially being said, you know, if one person is telling one person someone else, but then they're also telling that person someone else, I don't know how that is beneficial.
If they're both saying, if different things are coming from different people?
Well, yeah, because, like, I'm now hearing that Austin is really gunning for me. But I'm under the impression that she's coming for you guys.
So that's the thing.
And then I have also heard, and I'm hoping this is because I'm really trying to, like, build some trust so at least we're on the same page. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to be on, not for this one, like, it doesn't make sense. I want to be on the same page. But then I'm also hearing that she feels so good that, like, she thinks she's saying, and that she also wants to throw an HOH. Where in that situation, depending on who wins, is that somebody who could sway an HOH's decision to do something. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? Mm-hmm. Like, if in the case like that we're like, okay, we're going to keep Kyle, and now I win HOH. But if she comes to me with all of this intel against you guys, that's going to be like, oh, should I make a shot at them? Are they really talking about me? Mm-hmm. And vice versa. If we keep and say you win, and then she comes to you and says, no, actually Tera's been saying your name. Like, there's too many of, like...
I know, there's too many stories going in and out.
Too many stories. But that one person isn't really clearly saying their name.
Isn't really clearly saying who their target is.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the concern. And I think that it's clear to us that, like, Kiefer wants Kyle gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm on that page. Mm-hmm. When it comes to Austin, I think there's some uncertainty on what she would do. Yeah. But that being said, I think we're also presenting a scenario where Austin wins HOH. Mm-hmm. And I think we're presenting it too hard. Like, we're manifesting.
It would be like if Austin or Brayden win HOH. They're kind of connected.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. And we're manifesting that as what will likely happen. Mm-hmm. And I think that is a highly unlikely scenario. I think there's a bunch of other people who, if they had HOH, would not go for each other. Like, there's a bunch of people on the same page, as it looks like to me right now. Yeah. If they won HOH, they wouldn't go after each other, right? The issue is
when somebody's kind of, like, saying things and throwing people under the bus, is that certain? Because it was easy to see how certain it was to, like, throw somebody like Vic under the bus and cause some drama there. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that just going to create a bunch of more smoke? And this is just where...
But I can't solely blame Austin for the Vic situation.
No,
right? Like
I agree.
I feel like that was more so, if I'm being real with you, I feel like it was more so Kyle and Rob. If I'm being 100% real, from the conversations I had, it seemed like that was more them. Yeah. They all were involved, but it seemed like that was more a them thing, because in reality, if Kyle went up against Vic, he thinks he stays.
Yeah. Are we, like, in, like, trust tree? Are we in, like, a little trust tree here, though?
Yeah.
So the conversations that I'm having with Vic, though, because it was her name that got thrown under the bus, and it was by those 4 people. Mm-hmm. When it was all said and done, Kyle and Roe admitted it. From what I've heard, the other 2 have lied about it.
So that I can't confirm because I'm not 100% certain.
No, and I'm not in any of these rooms. These are all just the rumbles.
I can't confirm that because I'm not 100% certain. My understanding is that in that situation, they're all guilty parties. Mm-hmm. So, like, do I have...
That's what my water says.
Do I have some kind of indifference of who goes on between Kyle and Austin.
Yeah.
Yes. What I will say is that I just think I've had a better game relationship with Austin than I've had with Kyle.
Yeah.
Which is the
And that's
reason.
fair.
Which is the reason for my rationale, right?
But see, I kind of thought that way too. Because I thought it was better than what it was. Because at least if she was floating my name around, she would have told me that she was doing that if there was another reason for it.
Do you know that she was, or you just heard that she was?
Well, I've kind of heard, like, Jed told me that.
Yeah.
And if I'm trying to build up some trust with Jed right now, why would Jed lie?
Yeah.
If we are, like, trying to, like...
The reality is, if I'm being honest with you, it looks to me, if I'm being completely honest, it looks to me like Kyle is target 1 and Austin's target 2.
Yeah.
If I'm being real. And the thing is, I think if we were all on the same page about that and working together, we could just bang bang, take them out.
Yeah.
And continue to play the game. Because the reality is, they're both big targets.
Yeah.
And they both have thrown people under the bus. And they both have lied, and they both have backstabbed. They both have. Right? So it's like, I can't... What I do know is for certain is that Keith wants Kyle gone.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to support that. A, because of my indifference, and B, because I have a better game relationship with Austin. So it's easy for me to say, okay, see you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Right?
And when I kind of like chit-chatted with Keith, it was almost like I thought that was it, but then he's been hearing the murmurs too, and I'm like, I don't know.
I'll support, at the end of the day, I'll support whatever Keith wants.
Yeah.
But obviously, this is a decision that we should consider both sides.
Of course, always.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know it's Big Brother, and I know people lie, but I would rather just start like people playing and making their moves. I'm kind of sick of the bullshit. Like all of the
back and forth.
all of the back and forth, and like pinning people against each other that don't need to be pinned against each other, and really being unclear of where maybe some people are. I mean, I don't know. Again, like whatever like kind of like decision is made, like I want to like stick with and like respect it, but I just think it's bizarre to me. And it does kind of give me a little bit of red flags that she feels so safe with you guys. She feels so safe with you guys.
With who?
Like you, Jed, and Matt.
You think so?
1000% she does.
Why do you think that?
Because she's not campaigning, and I have kind of heard that she said she wanted to throw the next HOH. So for me...
I heard that as well.
And then I hear that she would say my name. Like, is this where the source is coming that's trying to... So that somebody else can just sit back?
I think that's what's happening.
And that's the only reason why, like, I mean, like, again, I don't know if I'm suing myself because I never really know who I can trust with information. But she feels really safe with you guys. And if she feels really safe with you guys, how can I feel really safe with you guys? How can we both? I would be lying if I said, with what I've kind of like heard and what she's saying, like, are you guys cutting her the same deal you guys are trying to get Tina? Me and Tina, do you know what I mean? Like, you guys need some votes, you got some people, like, how do I know that our conversations are true and that if you win, it's actually not Austin and Braden you're putting up, it is me and Tina?
First of all, it's a very good question. First of all, yeah, that's a great question.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I agree.
And this is where the paranoia comes in.
That's a good question.
Like, how do I know these And to me, that's kind of like a little bit of a red flag to keep a person like that can get in my head.
The reality is, we never know anything for certain. That's first and foremost. What I will say is that we don't have a deal with them. No.
Yeah.
Even speaking for myself, I'm not working with them.
Yeah.
Right? Do they feel good with us? I think we have a good relationship.
Yeah.
But in terms of, are they good with us? No. Do I trust Austin? No.
Yeah.
Not really. She was saying my name.
Yeah.
I heard you were even there when she was saying my name. I heard there was a time when Victoria was HOH And Austin was pitching my name as a backdoor, potentially. That's what I heard. Right?
And unless I slept through it, I didn't hear that. Like, I heard your name was like more of a threat so that the veto wouldn't be used. But I do not believe that you were actually going.
Fair enough. But the thing about your question is, like, how do you know if we win?
No.
Or if I win?
Like, I feel like I'm in a position where, like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. And obviously, like, I want to go and win and then see whatever. But then if I win, I know that I will be getting
pressure
both sides coming hard and not really knowing
I get it.
who to believe.
Here's what I'll say to you. You spoke big on actions, right? Actions show you everything. There are 4 people this week with their backs against the wall showed their true character towards someone who they gave their loyalty to. Those are actions clear in themselves.
Yeah.
That showed me and the rest of this house that when they give their word, it means nothing.
Yeah.
Anybody, I can't say that about anybody else.
Yeah.
But I can say that about those 4, which is why I'm so indifferent to who goes home.
No, and I fully see that.
Because the reality is,
It's just one is obvious and one is not. Do we keep the one that is obvious, or do we keep the one that is not?
I don't think it matters. I think we win that HOH, and we send them both home. The reality is, I think we protect Keith's picks, respect Keith's wishes,
And see what he wants to do.
and see what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be a 4-4 tie, and then Keith has to make the decision. It doesn't need to be that. Let's just.
I honestly think for Keith, I think Austin would take a shot at somebody like Keith. I honestly don't.
I also think Kyle would too. I think in Keith's mind, he has to think,
Like, it's like either or.
who's a bigger threat in his mind?
And then, let's play another devil's advocate here. Do you think Kyle is throwing these comps, or is he weak? Because he's showing very weak right now. He's not doing well in the comps. He's literally laying over and dying. He's not campaigning. He's not.
So why would we even consider keeping him?
But if he's not going to win, Austin has won. Austin almost like, I don't know. I don't know if that feels like more, like Kyle should have been gunning for that veto. He should have been gunning for that veto.
He did. Fair enough.
And if that was like him doing that, like that's him gunning for it?
Well, can I play devil advocate on that one?
Yes.
Austin goes home, Kyle stays. Kyle's angry and looking for blood for the reason why Austin went home. Potential too. I think Kyle's laying down because he has feelings for Austin.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't want to campaign against her, whatever. I made some mistakes. I put myself in this situation. I didn't play the game the way I should, whatever. He's come to terms with it. But if we keep him in the game and he's looking for blood because his showmance went home?
Or he's grateful. Maybe he's got a new perspective.
Maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah. I think he has real feelings for Austin more so than she has for him. I don't think Austin has the feelings for him that he has for her, personally, just from my observation.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I just think that Keith sees Kyle as a bigger threat, a mastermind, but I think he's the one that comes up with a lot of the plans, the plays, the same vocabulary they use as a group, but they're an alliance.
Yeah.
They're a clear alliance, in denial that they're an alliance.
Yeah.
And they lie about it, they backstab their people, they bring people in when they need them, they use them for numbers. Like it's awful.
Does Austin talk game with you?
Not really. Like, we talk, but she doesn't say anything specific, and she denies everything. And she denies they're an alliance.
That's what I mean. She denies a lot.
There's a lot of denying, but so does Kyle. And the thing about Kyle is Kyle asks questions, but doesn't answer any. And he can be intimidated, he can pressure people, he gets some people to talk. Kyle and Ro together scare me more than Austin and Brayden, I'll tell you that much.
I feel like it leaves like a more clear target.
Leaving who?
It's gonna be like, are you saying that you got no problem saying Austin and Brayden?
Putting them up?
Yeah.
None.
Like, you're not worried about, like, your relationship with Brayden or anything like that?
No, this is a game. I'm not worried about my personal relationship with Brayden.
Yeah.
The reality is, they're inseparable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both pairs are inseparable.
Yeah, no. And it makes it really hard to talk to either one of them.
They gotta go.
I have no idea what Brayden's at. I just keep hearing, like, that they're saying my name. But then I've also heard that they're saying your name. And that kind of sketches me.
I get it. And if we're being real, it looks like you, Kyle, and Ro have a good relationship.
Yeah. It's not bad, but they're definitely closer with Austin and Brayden.
Yes.
Me and Tina are on the outside. In every situation, we are on the outside. Do you know what I mean?
Yes and no.
Or, yeah. Like, I honestly, like, I do. Like, I want to believe in this, like, what we talked about in the HOH room.
I honestly think
But the fact that she's so comfortable makes me almost a little uncomfortable with you guys. Like, why are you keeping her?
Why don't you guys just come and work with us?
Yeah. So if we do, which one do you want?
Just pick a side, huh? Which one do we want?
Yeah, like,
we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even matter. Because the reality is, we can do one and do the other, and then we can do one this week and do the other next week, and continue to play the game. And then when we have to split up, we split up.
Yeah.
And it's fine. But the reality is like.
But do you understand why, like, me feeling like you might be holding Austin in a pocket still?
I get why you think that.
Because she looks like she's really good with you guys. And she's acting super comfortable.
I know. I think she will campaign, to be honest.
You think so?
I think so.
And then I guess, like, I'll just, like, kind of have to see from there. That's just, like, my only reservation, right?
I get it. I get your reservation. It's not like I don't get it. What I'm saying to you is like, why don't you just come and work with us so we're all just on the same page? So we can be like, that's the target, bam. Yeah. Whoever wins HOH, whether it's me, whether it's you, whether it's Jed, whether it's whoever, Tina, whoever, doesn't matter who it is, we all are in agreement prior to the HOH.
Can I tell you my other reservation of just, like, fully locking this down?
Yeah.
Is if, okay, we agree on this. We're like, okay, we're going to go after these 3. We're going to get them out. And then, like, are we just the very last ones on the pecking order because we were the last ones brought into this?
Last one on the pecking order in what sense?
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming that you, Jed, and Beth have, like, some sort of a final 3. I don't know.
It's too soon for us to
Yeah, I know, but I don't know, right? This is honestly, like, if we're just being real about my reservations, it's not about, like, whether or not I want to pick a side. I'm just like, am I getting played on both sides? Do people want me to do their dirty work for them just to then take the shot at me? And then I'm going to go home and be like, watching it back and be like, you're so dumb.
No.
I just don't want to look dumb.
There
is something about Austin that is making me feel like I am missing something.
I totally.
Do you know what I mean? Because
totally
at least, like, with Kyle and Ro, I know you guys are coming for Kyle. You're going after Kyle and Ro. With how cool she's acting with you guys, and now she's floating my name around, do I actually think you're going to go after Austin and Brady? And that's just me being real.
I get it.
Do you know what I mean? I just want to be honest. If we're going to be on the same page with this, and if I'm going to, like just, like, fully commit and be like, yeah, well, let's do this, we got to be on the same page.
Do I go for them next?
Yeah.
100%. There's no doubt in my mind.
Then if the order doesn't matter, would you care about saying her name instead?
I already told you, I'm pretty much indifferent.
Yeah.
The reason I want Kyle is because Keith wants Kyle.
Yeah.
And I also have my own game reasons. But trust me when I tell you, they're priority 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They are. And I get your reservations. You
I feel like it would
Austin
help me build more trust where I'd be like, okay. Because then now I can clearly see your next shot. If Kyle is still here, and it's just me being honest, I can't clearly see your next shot. And I don't know.
If Kyle is still here?
Or no, like if Kyle goes, right? Like, can I really see where you're going next?
They're in the same alliance.
Yeah.
They would have to be our next shot.
Yeah.
They're a alliance of 2 pairs.
Yeah.
The reality is, it's like, why would I go after one of them and then go after somebody else? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
We want to take them all out. They chose their side. They made their bed.
Yeah.
And now we're saying, let's do it together.
Okay.
I
mean, we still have like some time, you know?
No, I know.
And I'm not like indifferent, but like for me, that would almost be like a little bit of like trust being formed as well too.
Between us, if we were to take out Austin first.
She kind of sketches me out.
I get it, but it's Keith's HOH.
Yeah.
I'd rather do what he wants.
Yeah. And I can like see like fully what Keith thinks, but I think Keith knows that
Keith's a smart guy. He's thought it.
Austin would say his name. I do kind of think that there's a very good chance that Austin is banking on her staying so that if, say, me, Tina, Ro, let's say those three, I don't know how she feels about Vic, she's staying with what is kind of rumbling, that if we win, we're butting up the two boys. She doesn't have to do that. If you guys win, who does she think you're putting up, right? She thinks you're putting up me or Tina, for sure.
No, not necessarily.
No?
No. Because, listen, why would it have to be you and Tina? Why couldn't it be Ro or Vic?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's super certain who we're putting up.
Yeah.
Nor do we even have to answer questions about that right now because we're not on the block.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask. I don't.
But don't you find it strange somebody on the blog isn't even, like, has she given you anything? Has she given you a pitch?
About what? Oh, about why she should stay?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I won't come for you. That was her pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to hear a pitch from Kyle.
I don't think that he's going to do it.
So why are we keeping him?
Because that seems like he's easy to pick off later. Or at least for me, it's like I can clearly see that that's where you guys are going. Austin acting comfortable as hell makes me just doubt it a little bit. That's it. And that's just me being real.
Personally, I think Kyle and her had a conversation where he said, I will go home, you stay.
Yeah.
I think that's why she feels comfortable.
Yeah. Well, and she hasn't talked to me.
I think she will. It would be weird if she didn't. Super weird. But if I'm being completely real with you, like, I think Kyle pretty much conceded already. Conceded. And I think that he's just like, I'm going home. And now Austin is like, all right, cool. I'm going to stay. And that's that. But
Why would she throw the HOH if she felt so good with both?
Why would she throw next HOH? I don't believe that for a second. Why would anybody throw an HOH?
I've heard that she's thrown other ones.
I've heard it too. Do I believe it? She got 10.
Oh.
Do I believe she threw it? I don't believe she's that good.
It goes from a 10 to a 4.
I mean, it's a shuffleboard. It's pretty much luck.
Yeah. I know. I'm just like
I know Austin.
devil's advocate.
I get it. I know Austin has done well in comps, but the comps are random.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Arrow one, sure, she did well in that. I respect that. The Buckets one, nobody really dropped much in her bucket till the end.
Yeah.
Like, if we're being real, these comps are pretty lucky. I think we made up in our minds that she's this comp beast.
Yeah.
Where Kyle is a mastermind. He's a super fan.
I don't think he's a mastermind. But I also don't know the conversations you're having with him. So I don't know.
I just get this feeling. I get this feeling in my gut that tells me Kyle's gotta go. And when Keith said it, I was like, buddy, I hear you. Either one of them could go. But there's something about it that says...
I mean, like, it doesn't... I feel like the position I'm in, like, whatever it is, like, I'm hoping that I win. Like, I need to win. I feel like at this point in the game, like, I obviously, like, I really want to win.
I get it. But here's what I'll say to you. If you don't, and we solidify something, we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. And that's, like, I hope that's real.
I have no reason to lie to you. It's clear. I told you there's 4 people.
Yeah.
There's 4 people in the scene. There's 4 of them. We're taking out 1.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody's looking at you guys? Not us. We're going for the other one. And then the other one. And then the last one.
Yeah.
And then we'll play. But we're done with that. They're not loyal. They lie. They backstab. I don't want them here.
Yeah.
They're great people.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it sucks to even, like, toss them around.
They're great people. I have no issue with their
I was
personality.
surprised at like the way like that kind of unfolded. I wasn't expecting it. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either, because I saw what happened on the last HOH. They were selling dreams, making promises, did not deliver.
Mm-hmm. You can actually move if you want. We can actually play. I just wanted to like quickly like, especially if there's something crazy where there's like a surprise eviction tomorrow where like we've got to have our shit together. I don't know why people do this, but I'm gonna do it.